So now we shall see the types of inheritance. So we have totally 5 types of inheritance. Among that, only 3 are directly supported by Java. Okay. So these 3: single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance. These 3 are directly supported in Java. Single inheritance means only one base class, one derived class. This is single inheritance. Okay. And multi-level inheritance means base class, derived class, from the derived another derived class. So this way of inheritance is called multi-level inheritance. Okay. So normally this inheritance class linkage is represented using this type of arrow mark, where the arrow points, that is the base class, okay, or super class. Where the arrow points, that is the super class, and which is below, that is the child class. So here multi-level. So any levels we can go. Under class C, one more class D. Likewise also I can create. Okay, any number of levels I can go on nesting. That is multi-level. So here I can have class B. Under this class E, likewise, any number of levels we can go. That is multi-level inheritance. And this type of linking, like for B also, A is the super class, and for C also, A is the super class, and any number of classes. For another class, D, for D also, A is the super class. This type of linking is called as hierarchical inheritance. So these 3 types are directly supported in Java. So we shall see some way of writing single inheritance. How do we write? Already we have seen examples, but directly to the types of inheritance we shall see one thing. Okay. So multi-level also we have seen, single also we have seen, hierarchical also we have seen. Okay, but without knowing the type of inheritance. So we have seen how it is happening. So we shall quickly recollect what is coming under which type of inheritance. Okay. So these 3 types of inheritances are directly supported in Java. We can write code for that. And so these 2 categories, multiple inheritance, hybrid inheritance. So you should not confuse this keyword with multi-level. This is not multi-level, it is multiple. Okay, remember this keyword because this is also an important thing should remember in Java. Multiple inheritance is not directly supported in Java. Not directly supported means, ma'am, you can ask, ma'am, whether it is indirectly supported. Yes, indirectly this is supported through the use of interface concept. So we'll be seeing interface concept hereafter. Okay, we have not yet explored that. Interfaces. There is a concept called interface. Through interfaces, we can achieve this multiple inheritance. What is multiple inheritance? A class is having 2 or more parents. Okay, 2 or more parents. So class A is also a parent for class C. Class B is also a parent for class C. So that is called multiple inheritance. Okay. So a child class is inheriting the properties of more than one parent. That is called multiple inheritance. That is not directly supported in Java, but indirectly through interfaces we can have this effect. Okay. And next type is hybrid inheritance, that is combination of more than one type. So in this case, if we allow hybrid, if it is combining one multiple and hierarchical, means again multiple is coming here. So this is not directly supported in Java. Okay. So now I hope you got a clear idea about the types of inheritances. Totally there are 5 types of inheritance. Single inheritance, one superclass, one subclass. Next is multi-level, superclass, subclass, sub-subclass, likewise. That is multi-level. Next is hierarchical. So in hierarchical, superclass, subclass 1, subclass 2 for the same superclass. That is hierarchical. Fourth type is multiple. Superclass 1, superclass 2, for both there is one single subclass. That is multiple inheritance that is not directly supported in Java. Fifth type is hybrid. Combination of hierarchical and multiple, or combination of single and multiple. Okay. So this type of hybrid is not supported, directly supported in Java, because here also multiple inheritance involves. Okay. So these are about types of inheritance. Now we shall see the coding part. So we have seen types of inheritance, and we shall try creating like in the existing codes, like what we have seen already now. Okay. So in this first inheritance example, we have seen animal class. Okay, that is having 2 subclasses, cat and cow. Animal class is having 2 subclasses, cat and cow. What type of inheritance it is? Can anyone say? Animal class is having 2 subclasses, or these 2 subclasses are having same parent. What type of inheritance it is? Satish Roshan, can you say? Can you say what type of inheritance it is? Animal is having 2 subclasses, cat and cow. What type of inheritance it is? Cat and cow both are having same parent. So I am showing this once again. You could see. Now, by referring this, can you guess what type of inheritance it is? Very good. Hierarchical. Okay. Now, living thing and animal. Living thing is the superclass, animal is the subclass. By simply seeing this, can you guess what type of inheritance it is? Only these two. When we consider, yes, it is single inheritance. Very good. Now, here, box class inherited by box weight, also by box color. Now, what is this type of inheritance? Huh? Think once again. Box class inherited by box weight, same box inherited by box color. So here also same case, box weight, box color, both are coming under box. One parent, 2 child. One parent, 2 child. Yes, this is also hierarchical. So when we think these 3, living thing, animal, cat. So now what type of inheritance it is? Living thing, Yeah. Very good. It is multi-level inheritance. Okay. So in this way, we can categorize that. Okay. So we cannot have multiple inheritance. That is animal, bird. From both, I cannot inherit cat. Okay. So that type we cannot have. So that is not directly supported in Java. So now, so types of inheritance we have seen, and for that, let me create some samples. Okay, so you can quickly tell me it is coming under what case. Okay, Pai. Thank you for your response. Now shape. Okay, shape is already existing. I am giving shape 5. Okay, shape 5 class. Okay, so this shape 5 class is going to have one dimension, int dimension 1, and the constructor shape 5, that is assigning some default value for this. Dimension 1 is equal to 1. Okay, this is the default value, and I am creating a method called area. So this is simply a shape. What shape is not defined? So simply I am giving system dot out dot println shape undefined. Shape undefined to calculate area. Okay, simply something I am giving. For example, so now this is one class, and I am creating another class rectangle. Okay, rectangle. So this class is going to have another dimension. Already dimension 1 is there in shape class. Now I am making rectangle class extends shape 5. Rectangle extends shape 5. Okay, actually shape already we have shape class, so I am giving another name shape 5 to distinguish. Okay, int dimension 2. Already dimension 1 is inherited from this class. Okay, super class. So now another dimension, and in this I am creating a constructor rectangle. Inside that I am assigning some value. Dimension 2 is equal to 2. Okay, and here also same method I am going to have area. So this is method overriding. So inside this area, now this is a shape rectangle, so we can have dimension 1 multiplied by dimension 2 will give us the shape. So I am directly printing that system dot out dot println rectangle area. Rectangle's area is dimension 1 multiplied by dimension 2. So this value I am printing. Now you tell me what type of inheritance it is. Shape 5 is the class, and the rectangle is another class that extends shape 5. So this time who is telling? Mukila, are you there? Mukila, can you hear me? Palani Kumar? Guna? Praveen Balaji? Praveen Balaji? What type of inheritance it is? Shape 5 is the base class. Rectangle is the subclass. One parent class, one child class. What type of inheritance it is? Now I am sharing this. Quickly refer this until. One parent, one child. You can refer the screen until I am sharing the clue answer. It is single inheritance. Okay. Now I am extending this also. Under rectangle, I want to have another class like square. Okay, square is inheriting the properties of rectangle, isn't it? So square class already exists, so I'm giving name like square 5. Okay. So square class extends rectangle. Square extends rectangle. Inside this, I'm not creating any more dimension. Okay, simply I'm creating a constructor. Square, and inside that I'm simply printing system dot out dot println square constructor. Okay, just to have some, because already 2 dimensions are there. Shape 5 is having 1 dimension, rectangle is having another dimension, and square requires only 2. That's all we need. So logically I am not having any more dimension, simply I am having one display. Okay, okay, square 5. Now inside that I am creating void area. Inside that I am printing system dot out dot println square area equal to, again same dimension 1 multiplied by dimension 2. Same side in same dimension we have to multiply, isn't it? So I am doing like this. Dimension 2 into dimension 2. Dimension 2 into dimension 2. Okay, so that will give me the area of square. So now 3 classes are there. Shape class, rectangle class that extends shape, and square class that extends rectangle. Now this creates multi-level inheritance. Okay. So in all these classes, I don't have main method, so I am creating main here. Shape 5 main. Okay, shape 5 main. In that I am creating the main. So we can have dynamic method dispatch here also. Okay, for all the classes I can create objects. Shape 5 yes equal to new shape 5. This should be capital yes. And the next class is rectangle. Rectangle or equal to new rectangle. And square SQ. Okay, to distinguish I am giving SQ. Square 5. So for all the three classes, I have created object. Now for the base class, I am creating a reference. And this reference is first pointing to the first class. Now I am calling f dot area. So now what will be printed? Now I run this. Square constructor is automatically called. Shape undefined to calculate area. This is for the base class. Okay. So in the square class, square constructor. Automatically all the constructors are called one by one. In the rectangles constructor and shapes constructor, we don't have any display, so those are not displayed. Okay. So this also time being I am simply making null. Now this is pointing to the base class. So base class area is coming. You could see it is printing shape undefined to calculate area, because simply shape. What shape? Then only I can calculate the area. Okay. Next. Now ref is pointing to rectangle R. Now I am calling, oh, this is ref dot area. Ref dot area. Now I am giving ref dot area. Okay. So now this time I am giving a rectangles area. So this time first shapes area. So it is displaying shape undefined to calculate area. Next time rectangles area. So what it is telling? Shape undefined to calculate area, that is for the first call. And for the second call, rectangles area is calculated. 2 into 1. So it is 2. So next time ref is assigned to SQ, squares object. Now this time I am giving ref dot area. So dynamic method dispatch applied here. So the third call for area is for the square. So you could see square area. Dimension 2 into dimension 2. So 2 into 2, 4. Okay. So now this is about multi-level inheritance. Okay. And if I am having another shape called triangle, I am creating another shape called triangle. Triangle. So this class, okay, rectangle extend shape. Triangle is also extending shape. So in that case, this class, both triangle and rectangle are having same parent, shape 5. Okay, in that case, so this is another dimension. Here also I am having dimension 2. Okay, triangle. Inside the triangle class, I am giving the value for dimension 2 is equal to 10. Okay, here dimension 2 is equal to 10. And here also I am having area. Inside that I am printing triangle. Triangle area equal to 0.5 into, because it is half BH. Triangle area, isn't it? So dimension 1 into dimension 2. Half dimension 1 into dimension 2. So now when we consider these three classes, shape, rectangle, triangle. When I consider these three, hierarchical inheritance. Both rectangle and triangle are sharing same shape properties. Okay, so now in the same main class, I am creating object for triangle also. Triangle P, triangle is equal to new triangle. Okay, now for this also it is created. Now ref is equal to P. Now ref dot area. Now this area will display area of triangle. Okay, so all these are coming. Now multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance means like square wants to inherit properties from both rectangle and shape. Okay, it wants to have two parents. In that case, when I try to give shape 5, so it is reporting an error. You could see this type of inheritance is not directly supported in Java. Square, not square 5 extends both rectangle and shape, not possible. The reason is in shape 5 also I am having area. In rectangle also I am having area. Isn't it? Same method I can have in the both the classes. Okay. Here actually rectangle is inheriting shape 5, and without that, okay, square wants to inherit from triangle. Okay. So rectangle is one class, triangle is another class. Now square wants to inherit from both of these. So rectangle also having area, triangle also is having area. Now square will also have a copy. If I am using the base class reference to call area, super dot area means which super classes area will be invoked. So that will create an ambiguity, duplication. So that is not allowed in Java. Okay, so this type of multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. But through inheritance, we can achieve that. That we shall see when we see inheritance concept. Okay. Now, so in this we have seen all the three types. Shape and rectangle only means single inheritance. Shape, rectangle, under that square means multi-level. Shape, rectangle, triangle. Rectangle and triangle both are inheriting shape 5 means that is hierarchical inheritance. Okay. So now all the three I am executing, okay, from here, and the output says rectangle area coming okay, square area coming okay, triangle area is also coming okay, but shape area, this is undefined. Why should I give some implementation to that? Is it necessary to give? Because there is no meaning in giving area there, but I want to make method overriding concept. So the base class must have area method. I don't want to have some implementation for this. I simply want to make it null. Okay, nothing I want to give inside. Simply can I have like this? Yes. Because area I want to make it as a overriding method. This should be available for the child classes. But I don't want to give implementation for this because meaningless. It is meaningless. So how can I do that? I can make this as abstract. I am not going to implement this. So I am simply making it as abstract method. Methods that don't have implementation, that is open curly bracket, close curly bracket, what is there? Like function definition. So if that is not there, we can call it as abstract method. So if any one abstract method is there in a class, then I should make the complete class as abstract class. Okay. So shape 5 is an abstract class. In that, there is a method which is not defined. The child classes can define that. In what way they want, they can define that. Okay. So you could see, when a super class is unable to create a meaningful implementation for a method, we can make it as abstract method. So when there is an abstract method, the complete class is called as an abstract class, meaning that there is something not implemented. Who is inheriting this has to implement it. It is their responsibility. They have to inherit that. So that is the meaning. Okay. So in shape 5, I am having one abstract method that is not having any implementation. So rectangle class should implement this. If rectangle class is also not implementing this, here also I should mention abstract, and this class will also become abstract. Then who is implementing rectangle here? This class has to give the implementation. Okay. It is like, you can think of in real life scenario, the father got a loan and he didn't properly settle the loan and he died. Means the responsibility is given to the child. The child has to take up the responsibility and he has to settle the loan. For example, I am telling. And that child is also not settling the loan and he also dies, means the next child. That person holds the responsibility of settling the loan likewise. So in that way you can think of this. Okay, just for an example to easily remember I am telling. Okay, in real life, is it so, ma'am? Means I don't have answer for that. So this is how abstract classes work. Okay, now then another important concept related to inheritance is final. So already we have seen final in variable creation. If I mention something as final, means that is not changed. Final int dimension means when I try to change this, it will not change. Okay, first time dimension equal to 1. Next time dimension 1 is equal to 12. So if I give like this, it reports an error. Final dimension 1 is already assigned. We cannot reassign it. Okay, or somewhere inside the method, if I try to change the value, or in the main, if I am trying to change, then it reports an error. Okay, final variable. And final is also applicable for methods also. So here, if I make this area as final void area. Okay, in rectangle class, I am making final void area, and square class is implementing that. You could see automatically error message comes. What it is telling? It's not. So final methods cannot be inherited and overwritten. Okay. Final means here itself. That's all. No child class can have rights on it. That is final. It's not loaded, but actually final classes cannot be inherited. Okay. Final classes cannot be inherited. Final methods cannot be overridden. So that also I'll show. So when I make final void area, it is reporting error here. I cannot extend this. Okay. And if I make the rectangle class itself final, public final class rectangle. Okay. So this rectangle itself final means here you could see another error is coming. I cannot extend rectangle class. So this makes an error. Okay. So if a class is declared as final means I cannot derive. Inheritance is not applied for that class. no one can inherit the properties. So for some cases, we want to protect that members of that class. No one can inherit, no one should use it. Only for that class it is applicable. Means then we can make it final. So final classes cannot be inherited. Final methods can also be cannot be inherited and overridden. Okay. So in today's session, we have seen what are all the types of inheritance and what is abstract class and what is final applicable to methods and classes that is related to inheritance. Okay. So these things we have seen. So I hope you got a good idea about this. So I'll be sharing